So now on your Instagram, I saw some pictures with Ki.
Oh yeah, that's my niece, man.
Wow.
That's my little baby right there.
Do you feel like you could have made a difference if you had been out?
Absolutely. You know, everybody need a role model, you feel me? Or just somebody that'll be like, nah, what you're doing ain't right.
Hey, what's up, y'all? Y'all know my slogan. I don't know it all, but I know what I've been through. Now, today I want to get into this whole CeeBall interview that he did with Status Update exclusive. Alright, he explained how Ki is his blood niece. She's related to him through his sister, and that's his sister daughter. You know, and that gave us some type of clarity because we knew that he was related to Ki. We knew that it was his niece, well, some of us, but a lot of us, including myself, didn't know whether she was a child of a brother of his or a child of a sister of his, and he cleared that up for us. So we actually know that Ki is blood related to him and not just one of those very close friends that act like they related just because they grew up with each other. You know, in the interview, he spoke on his ties to Wooski, Ki, FBG, Duck, and a few others. And what I like about it is, as well, he didn't try to glorify all the foolishness that came with Ki. Like he didn't try to be like, yeah, yo, that was, you know, she was wild, she was this. He didn't do none of that. And you know, a lot of people, they tend to do that when they was like friends or related to any of these big time drill dudes who got a name out there. They try to glorify it and, you know, like kind of share that spotlight. Like they get off by feeling like they knew somebody who was a top op. You see what I'm saying? So he didn't try to do none of that. I like the way he carried himself in this interview when it came to that. So you know, what stuck out to me mainly was the fact that he brought up Ki needing a role model in her life, and he stated that if she, you know, had one of them role models, maybe things would be a little bit different, you know, as far as her fate. I found that interesting because I also felt the same about Ki, as I expressed in a couple videos I did covering her, and I want to get into a few key things that he mentioned in the interview concerning her as well. So we're going to get into all that, but before we do, make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit that bell so you're notified every time we drop new content. And I swear, it's lit here. So join one of the latest games on YouTube so you can stay updated with some of the realest content. Now let's get straight into it. Now, first and foremost, shout out to Status Update exclusive. Y'all know over here I always tell y'all we spread love and always like to show support to the cameramen who bring us exclusive content because I feel they don't get enough credit as it is. So here on this platform, we like to bring awareness to these guys. I know he's another YouTuber now, but he was also the guy that brought us a lot of camera footage of a lot of our favorite drill artists that we never seen before. All right, he's the guy that brought us the infamous footage of Get Right, basically touring 051 Melly at that little, you know, that event that they had for one of the deceased guys. And, you know, I also covered that. So check his page out. I'm gonna leave a link to the full interview with CeeBall in the description anyway, so you guys can check it out all you want. And one thing I realized too, man, a lot of these drill vloggers, when they're interviewing people, they all do the infamous wow. You know, the wow. You know that Zach TV, that crazy over exaggeratedness he used to bring to the camera. You know, it was funny seeing him be mad extra, pointing out the smallest things and making it seem crazy. Or when he'll go to somebody's hood and they'll have a bunch of weapons and he'll act mad surprised, like whoa. Crazy, man. Rest in peace, Zach TV, man. A lot of these new drill artists, they got a little bit of Zach TV in them. Not, you know, I ain't throwing no jabs, nothing, that Status Update, but, you know. Now, let me say this. I could tell at first Status was mainly trying to get a few answers out of CeeBall concerning Ki's death, but I don't think he was paying attention a little too much, because he was asking CeeBall about Ki, but he was pretty much asking the same exact questions, just in different forms. And I say he wasn't paying attention because after CeeBall told him that he was incarcerated when Ki was killed, And he didn't know that she passed away until a few months, until he got to his final jail and received an obituary through the mail. Status then asked him right after that, so quote, "How did you feel the day she passed?" You see what I'm saying? The man just told you he didn't find out until months later because he haven't spoken to his family within a few months. And for y'all that don't know how the jail system works, when you're being transferred to different jails, it's hard to receive your mail because your family could have sent it to the jail that you were just previous in, but they moved you. So now the jail has to receive it, check it, check for the inmate, make sure he's there. And then once they realize that he isn't at that jail no more, they'll send it to your new spot. And it takes a little minute, man. Lord knows that police drag their feet with everything, especially concerning the inmates. So, other than that, CeeBall admitted that KI's death really hurt him. And the last time he actually shed a tear was the day he found out that she was killed. All right. And I'm assuming it impacted him hard because he describes her as being only 14 when he went off to prison. And she was just a typical tomboy that played basketball and loved to make people laugh. As I told y'all before in my other videos concerning KI, aside from the perception that the world had of her, she was known as a good kid that wanted to help other kids and was loved amongst family members and friends. Unfortunately, the streets, they could swallow you if you hang with the wrong crowd and become a product of your environment. And I honestly think that's what happened with KI. And speaking of her being a product of her environment, interestingly enough, CeeBall was asked that, quote, if he was out of prison, right, would things be different concerning KI? And without hesitation, almost immediately, he said yes. All right. He then went on to say that she needed a role model to be there and tell her what's right from wrong. And funny enough that I stated that in the videos that I got covering KI as well. And I always said that because besides her wanting to care for kids and become a guidance counselor and being a good student in school, if you looked at KI in them videos with the guys where she would be dancing and whatever, you can see that she stuck out like a sore thumb. You see what I'm saying? She looked like she had no business hanging with them guys. You could clearly see that she was a kid. You see what I'm saying? A kid that was just around the wrong crowd, but nobody was around to get her on the right path that she needed to be on. You see what I'm saying? So when you have no role model, nobody to tell you right from wrong and help you keep you on the right track, because a lot of us just need somebody to talk to sometimes. Especially after her cousin died, Taekwon. Especially after he died, it was, it was no turning back. That's when her savage really turned up even more. So like I said, when you have no role model, with a mixture of being around the wrong crowd, with the mixture of being in too deep in the streets, because once blood is shed, there's no coming back from that. So all of that becomes a recipe for disaster, and we get the results that we now know of from KI. So like I said, man, I just wanted to point that out. I just wanted to point that out, man, and get you guys' opinion on it. Because a lot of people, they believe otherwise. They just think she was this assassin, she was this savage, and a lot of the times, a lot of these people that we think are just the top savages and whatever the case may be, their family got a different perception of them that we don't know of, because all we know is the perception that we're given on YouTube or online and whatever the case may be. So y'all let me know how y'all feel about this, man. How y'all feel about this whole interview? Like I said, I'm gonna keep a link to the interview in the description so y'all can check the interview out yourselves and then, come to your own conclusions. Now with all that said, man, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit that bell so you're notified every time we drop new content. And remember, as long as you keep on watching, I'm gonna keep on dropping, and I'm out.